Using a plastic trim tool, we're going to go ahead and remove the interior mirror trim cover. Behind the door handle is normally a little plastic cap, but there's a Phillips head screw on ours. The cap is missing, so just have to get our Phillips head screwdriver in there and remove that screw. Just to the right of where the Phillips head screw was behind the door handle, just a little push pin tab right here. I'm going to use a pick just to press in on the center of that. We should be able to go ahead and release that locking pin. I'm using a pick to get behind it and just pop that out. Using your trim tool, get it behind the cover here. And just work that cover off like so. I'm going to reach up on top here. And there's another Phillips head screw right there. We're going to go ahead and pull that out. And on the bottom of the door pull, there's actually two Phillips head screws. I'm going to go ahead and pull these two out. Using your trim tool, go ahead and put it between the door panel and the door itself. And we'll slowly work your fingers underneath and gently tug forward. Just work your way around the door panel, releasing each plastic clip. Once you have all the clips removed, you want to slowly lift the door, pulling the panel up and away. When you use a pick, you can probably use a flathead screwdriver. I want to press in on these tabs right here. I'm going to press this down. I'm going to go ahead and release this. So we can work this door handle in and away from the door panel itself. On the bottom of the main door harness is a white connector here. On the bottom is a spring clip. Press it in, grab the harness, and wiggle it out. You can now go ahead and separate the door panel from the door. Now there's a series of these rubber clips around the water shield. We're going to go ahead and use a pick. Just gently go ahead, grab that, and pop those right out. Now I want to go ahead and remove the water shield. You want to be careful removing this. And this is super sticky, so you want to try not to get it on yourself. Work your way all the way around. And once you get this off, you want to find a safe place to put this so it doesn't stick on itself and make a mess. There is an electrical connector. You can just use your fingertip, screwdriver, or a pick. Reach in, press down this little tab on the top, and just work that out, like so. When you come by with the water shield, you can tuck that back into the body. I'm going to put a 10mm socket and extension through that hole where the tape was. I'm going to remove that bolt. Now right here, there is a clear piece of tape. We're going to put our finger on the back side and gently push this out like so. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove this bolt here. This is on the forward part of the exterior door handle. Now right here is a actuator rod with a plastic clip. We're going to use a pair of pliers and snap that little actuator rod retainer there out, and then pull the rod out of the handle. Go ahead ahead and pry and pop that actuator rod out of that unit. Now there's a retainer bracket right here. Work that forward and remove that. And grab the handle. Now's the time to go ahead and clean up any residual dirt or garbage around this handle. And you want to make sure that your gaskets are in place on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and put the forward mounted pivot unit in first. Slowly work that in. Then you want to go ahead and get your plastic rod clip pushed in, and then we're going to work this part into the body. And once you have that lined up, let's go back to the inside. Now I'm going to go ahead and get one of the bolts lined up and put back into the lock cylinder bracket and the door handle, and see if we can get it started just a few threads. I'm going to go ahead and reinstall this bracket here, forward mounted bracket. I'm going to go ahead and snug this bolt down. And then I'm going to go to the rearward bolt. I'm going to go ahead and snug this one down. So once we have the rod pressed into the latch mechanism here, I'm going to go ahead and bring the plastic retainer down, and it'll snap onto the rod to hold it in place. It's time to install our water shield. I'm going to go ahead and push this harness through first. Work that through. And you'll see a basic idea where this was stuck before. So we'll just kind of do a preliminary setting, press that into place, work our way down. I'm going to install our lower harness here and pull that through. We'll now go ahead and install our 2 rubber grommets. Reconnect the door harness here. You hear it click and lock it into place. Next, we're going to go ahead and install the door pull handle, the release. Feed that through the door panel. Now we're going to go ahead and tuck this back side into the door panel. Wiggle it back in, and then just press this in. Install the harness here, press it in until you hear it click in. Next, we're going to take the door panel and we're going to set the top into the metal door frame while the bottom is kicked out a little bit. So now work your way around the perimeter, pressing in those plastic retainer clips. Next, install the inboard screw right behind the door handle. Install the lower screws under the door pull. Get the upper screw started with your trim piece. Line up your trim panel. Apply gentle pressure to snap that back into place. Install your upper plastic push pin, and then install the center lock tab and just press it in until it locks in place. Now you want to go ahead and install your plastic mirror trim cap.